Update 4.1 coming soon update notes. Guys, this is the best Battles 2 update we've had in a long time. We got a new map, we got a brand new game mode, we have changes to the whole of Masters Elo system, changes to arena leagues, and a million balance changes. So we're gonna cover it all in today's video. Let's hop right into it. And if you guys do enjoy these update preview videos, make sure to go to the shop tab here and go to creator support and put in code Ryan Mehalic. It's an easy way to support me, so thank you for your support. New features, new game mode being added, jumpstart, guys, and this game mode sounds crazy. Let me just give you the gist of it. Skip the early game and jump straight into dramatic late game finishes with this fast-paced game mode. Each game starts at a random round between 10 and 30 or 20 and 40 when combined with Bonanza. Starting cash and income are randomly determined based on the starting round. You have extra time before the first round starts to build an advanced defense. Club members can try this mode right now in private matches as well, which is actually kind of crazy. A special jump start clan wars begins on July 24th. Jumpstart will appear in event games starting on July 25th. Okay, so this mode sounds pretty interesting. I'll definitely make a video on it when it comes out. But also, guys, if you realize there's a little bit of gameplay going on behind me, I'm not actually playing right now. I just put this up in the background while I'm reading over the patch notes just so you have something to watch over. But yeah, we'll be going deep into all of these. But yeah, Jumpstart sounds like a really interesting mode. I'll definitely try it out once it's released. Or is it even released right now? One sec. If you have club membership. Oh, okay. Well, you can't yet. I think maybe when the update starts, you can try it on private matches, but it's not available for me right now. But yeah, onto the rest of the notes. All right, the next thing is new map Balloonstone Quarry. Break out your pickaxe and head down to the new map Balloonstone Quarry. Farmland is at a premium in the quarry, so you might need an alternative income source. Balloonstone Quarry is available in all arenas and all game modes. Interesting. Okay, so let me pull up a picture of the new map to kind of show you guys what's going on. It looks like from my interpretation, it looks like a medium length map. There is like a little track piece that kind of breaks off towards the end, so I'm not sure if that's going to be separate for the synth balloons as the AI balloons, because maybe the synth balloon path is slightly shorter. That's my interpretation of it. But yeah, always like getting new maps to kind of change it up a little bit. I'm in support of that. Oh man, and now we're on to the general changes. There's actually some general changes I'm really excited to go over here, so let's hop right into it, ladies and gentlemen. First thing is changes the whole of Masters ranking system. We have heard and acknowledged the community's feedback regarding the score system in the whole of Masters leaderboard, and we are making changes. Previously, score gain/loss from matches in whole Masters was calculated using MMR matchmaking rating values, which are hidden to players. Moving forward, score changes will be instead determined solely based on the difference between players' visible scores on the leaderboard. Dude, this is something we have been waiting on for a long time. I'm telling you guys, like, we have been asking for no hidden elo for the longest because the hidden elo has made it where people with like bad win rates and not even that high of level players have been getting really high on the leaderboard just because they have really good hidden elo. I've made videos about this in the past, but this is a huge change. W from Ninja Kiwi on this one. Back from the dead, casual mode. Many players have told us since casual mode was removed in 4.0, they missed the less competitive mentality among players in the game mode. Therefore, we have reinstated casual mode game. Casual games can be found in the newly named social section along with private matches. Okay. All right, I'm in support for that. I'm not really one to play casual much myself, but I get it. I get it that like people like casual. Changes to fast track. We've added the option to fast track to the next arena by being the first to reach 50 trophies as an additional means for extremely dedicated skilled players to climb their leagues faster than normal. However, many players view fast track as the optimal method for rising through arenas and a reward for excessive grinding rather than skilled play. We are therefore changing fast track to be awarded to anyone that reaches a win streak of 10. This is not limited to one promotion per league, but any player who reaches a 10 win streak will be offered the fast track. As before, if you accept fast track promotion, you will not receive the rewards for being in the league you're promoted from, only the league you're currently in when the league ends. If you are offered fast track promotion and you refuse, you will need to win another 10 games in a row before you get offered it again. We hope that this new system will serve as purpose originally intended, giving skilled players who are lower ranked a faster route to the higher league arenas without encouraging excessive grinding. All right, that's a good change. I do like the fast track change. However, I don't think this is enough to fix the league system. The league system right now, in my opinion, is pretty awful. The way it is you can only gain trophies inside of your league. There's no way you can lose trophies, and you can also gain trophies for losing a match, which is pretty crazy. And this makes it where players with very low win rates have gotten into whole Masters. And the reason why this is an issue is because if you guys have been watching any of my videos, the quality of the content, it's not the best sometimes. I can't get good opponents. So I feel like they need to change the league system to have some sort of detriment for losing a match. Maybe you lose trophies inside the leagues, or there's a lose streak or something of sorts needs to be changed for the league system. The fast track is a good thing to help the skilled players, but there needs to be a way for the unskilled players to not be able to make it into Whole Masters, if you get what I'm saying. So I don't know about that one. Win streak and streak breaker in events. The first blood and no lives lost stars in event game modes have been replaced with the win streak and streak breaker. Similar to arena leagues, you will earn 1 extra star if you're on a 3+ win streak, and you earn an extra if you defeat someone on a 3+ win streak. Win streaks are tracked per event for extra stars. Your win streak will not persist between events and losing another game mode. Okay, that makes sense. That's good. First blood and no lives lost never really made sense to me to earn extra stars, so I think the streak breaker and stuff make more sense in that regard. And then there's a million new daily offer items. I'm just going to put the screenshot up on here. There is so many. I'm not going to read through all of them. But now we're on to the balance changes, baby. This is always one of my favorite parts to read over. But honestly, it's going to be hard to top the fixing of hidden elo and just making it score based. It's going to be hard to top that, but we'll see what they balance change. Boomerang Monkey. The X5X permacharge ability increases damage by +10 instead of +8. Okay, so small buff to permacharge. Honestly deserved, though. You don't see that tower too often. And they said, while Boomerang excels as an early game tower, and so we are cautious to not make its later tiers overly strong, we still want all the upgrades to have some viability. Permacharge is probably the weakest of Boomerang tier 5s, and the other two aren't particularly powerful either, so we are thinking it's deserving of a buff. Okay. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Not a bad change. Bomb Shooter. 502 Balloon Crush frags damage from 12 to 30, and the 502 Balloon Crush frags bonus damage to ceramics from 12 to 0. Okay. A small adjustment in the cross-pathing balancing to make it better, to make this option a little bit more enticing. So basically, it does 30 damage instead of 12 normally with the frags, and the ceramic damage used to be 12, and now the ceramic bonus damage was 12, but now it's doing 18 bonus damage to ceramics with the base change, if that makes sense. So it's a much better overall. W change for that, but I still think the middle path is probably going to be the more chosen one. Tack Shooter. The 5XX Inferno Ring meteor damage has been buffed from 700 to 900. Pretty significant. 501 is from 1000 to 1300. 502 is from 1400 to 1800. 1800 is actually kind of high, I'm not gonna lie. And then Inferno Ring is still in need of buff, rarely seeing any use. I agree with that. Inferno Ring I feel like gets buffed like every update or every other update, and I still see it used pretty much never, just because, I don't know, it doesn't fit into battles too much, but I'll definitely be testing it a little bit after these balance changes. That is a pretty big buff, so yeah. Ice Monkey. XX4 icicles can now target and damage mob class balloons, placing icicles on them without freezing them. And the icicles now deal +3 damage to mob class balloons. Okay. And they said Ice Monkey is useful for early game defense and late game support with stalling and debuffing, but applies pretty much no mob damage with any of its upgrades. We would like to give it a little bit more to offer by allowing icicles to attack and damage mob class balloons. It won't deal massive damage to them, but it can be greatly buffed by Snowpat, so we'll be curious to see how its impact has changed it. Okay, so I guess that makes sense. Icicles, it's not going to do a ton of damage, right? 3 damage isn't much, but when buffed by Snowpat, it's gonna be a small buff just to help you out a little bit against the mob brushes. Sniper Monkey, lots of changes to Sniper here. Base price is from $250 to $200. Sniper is so cheap now. $200 is actually insane. And then Full Metal Jacket from $250 to $200. Larger Caliber is from $800 to $600. Dude, I remember the days Larger Caliber was like $1,000. Base price was like $350. Sniper has just gotten so many buffs here. And then the shrapnel shots, all 120, 220, 320, and 420 all have gotten damage buffs as well. So lots of changes for the snipers. And they said since it's hard to get much use of the sniper in the early game, we're trying to give it some simple early game buffs and improving its cross pathing. I mean, I guess it makes sense. I definitely will be testing the sniper a lot because I feel like it's an underutilized tower right now. And after these buffs, it's definitely getting a lot better. So yeah, Monkey Buccaneer. They have buffed the destroyer's price from $2,850 to $2,700. And they have buffed the aircraft carrier mini ace dart pierce from 13 to 20. That's actually a big buff. But Moab class balloons take up 2 pierce. Okay, so it's that actually is not a huge buff then. The aircraft carrier can hit 20 balloons instead of 13 balloons, but only can hit 10 Moabs instead of 13 Moabs. And then the carrier flagship got a similar buff from 18 to 72, but Moab class balloons take up 4 pierce. Okay, so aircraft carrier has the exact same pierce against Moabs, but it can pop 4 times as many balloons. So I would say overall that's buff for both of them, but the normal aircraft carrier is slightly worse against group Moabs. Monkey Ace, the X3X Bomber Ace bomb pierce is from 12 to 10, and it's 20 to 17 with the XX1 cross path. Okay, I honestly didn't even know. I don't know if I'm just unaware, but I didn't even know the bottom cross path increased the pierce of the bombs from the bomb race. But I think that's a decent change. I have seen Ace is definitely one of the more meta towers in Battles 2. Ace Farm Engineer is very popular, so that makes sense to me. Heli Pilot, the base cost is being reduced from 900 to 800. That's actually a pretty big buff to the heli, so they're making it a little bit better starting option there. Mortar Monkey, blast radius decreased from 20 to 18, and it carries over to 3, 4, and 5x. So nerf to the blast radius of the mortar. That's interesting. They nerfed the pierce of the base mortar last time, and now they're nerfing the blast radius of it. And one of the early updates, they also nerfed the accuracy of the base mortar. So base mortar has just been getting hit after hit after hit. But I still think mortar is going to be used. I really do. I feel like they've nerfed mortar an insane amount, but mortar is still just in the meta. It's just like a tower that's always going to be used pretty much. It just offers too much utility. Dartling Gunner, the 5XX Ray of Doom's pierce has been buffed from 40 to 1000, and its damage from 30 to 35. They say, we noticed the Ray of Doom's pierce was remaining at 40, the pierce of the plasma accelerator. However, this was never intended. We have brought its pierce back up to its extended value and given it a small damage buff on top. I mean, I never really used Ray of Doom, maybe in part because of the pierce nerf, and I didn't notice that it wasn't getting the pierce it needed, but that is insane that it's, I don't know how long it's been 40 pierce instead of 1000, but that's kind of insane that that's just been going on, you know what I mean? Wizard Monkey, they have made the Shimmer 1500 instead of 1600. The Fireball, if you have the top cross path, the damage is increased from 2 to 3. The 011 Fireball has a pierce increase from 15 to 22. The Wizard Lord Phoenix Wall of Fire attack damage has been increased from 3 to 5. The Prince of Darkness buff to other Necromancers, +1 damage and +50% duration to zombie balloons, now buffs itself. So basically, Prince of Darkness has a +50% duration of zombie balloons. And the +1 damage is nice, but the +50% duration is actually going to be kind of insane for Prince of Darkness. Lots of buffs to the Wizard. And they said, we still feel Wizard Monkey could use some minor improvements with a slightly cheaper decamo and some added cross-pathing changes that make sense. Prince of Darkness buff now applies to itself, as it was never intended for that not to be the case. Okay, so, alright, Ninja Monkey. Double Shot has been decreased in price from 750 to 700, and the Balloon Sabotage actually got a massive buff, where now the ability can soak through mold class balloon layers. This is how it used to be in the past when Battles 2 kind of first came out. Like if you saboed a BFB and it popped in mobs, the mobs were saboed as well during the duration, but then they nerfed it. But since Ninja's kind of a weaker tower right now, I think they're buffing it again. So I honestly don't think Ninja's still going to be used that much. Ninja's kind of just too weak early, but good buffs either way. Druid, this is actually one I was pretty interested about because Druid is like the meta tower right now, guys. It's really strong. So let's see what they changed with the Druid. They made the Hard Thorns $100 more expensive. They made the Heart of Thunder $100 cheaper, so Heart of Thunder is still the same price as before in total. They made the Thorn Swarm $100 more expensive, and they made the Heart of Oak $100 cheaper. So basically, just looking at these changes first thing, the Druid farm in itself is still the exact same price. And yes, the Thorn Swarm is $100 more expensive, but most of the time, I'm not really strapped on cash trying to get that Thorn Swarm up. It's mostly just getting your Heart of Vengeance up as early as possible, and then getting your Druid farms up. So I don't really think these changes will impact Druid farming in the slightest, but let's see what they said. Druid of the Jungle has recently received a big nerf, and while it is certainly still strong, we're still not convinced that it needs significant changes. Okay, I don't agree there. For now, we've decided just to make a small price adjustments. With these changes, it'll be slightly more expensive to quickly and easily buy a 1XX on your 0-3 to 0 Druids as a very cheap option to strengthen your defense. Okay, well, I don't think, I've never seen someone doing that, I'll be honest. If you've been using Druid farms, and if you've been seeing me use Druid farms, I have really pretty much never cross-pathed my 0-3-0 Druids with 1XX. You either get your Druid farms with the Heart of Vengeance to get your Druid Leaks in, or you leave it uncross-pathed. Because cross-pathing, it's normally not worth the money. It's better just to spend that money on actual defense, like a submarine upgrades or whatever. So I don't agree with the reasoning at all for this. But yeah, I don't really think these Druid changes are going to change anything at all with the Druids. Banana Farm, they have buffed the Monkey Bank's price by $200. Honestly, Monkey Bank I think was decent as is, so that's definitely going to play into the meta a little bit. I think Bank will be used a little bit more. The Village, they have buffed the primary expertise bounce distance from 50 to 90, and the damage to ceramics and mob class from 200 to 250. No changes to the village farming, but honestly, I haven't seen much village farming at all since they nerfed it, so I'm not sure how necessary, if the village farm nerf is necessary right now, but just interesting to see no changes to it. Engineer Monkey, the 1 plus XX sentry spawn rate can no longer be affected by attack rate buffs. Didn't they just buff it to make it like get stacked with the overclock, and now they just reverted that? I think that's what happened. And they made the Sentry Champion sentry damage from 2 to 3. Oh wait, this sentry change with the spawn rate is actually really impactful too, because what a lot of people would do, and what I saw a lot, is if you boosted with like a sentry expert. If you boosted with a sentry expert against like a round 13 rush, not only would the sentries attack faster, but it also spawned more sentries on the map from the tower boost. But now the sentry expert does not spawn more sentries during a tower boost. So engineer loadouts are going to be a lot weaker on those mid-game rounds with tower boosts. So that's actually going to be a big change. That's a very big change. Striker Jones, level 7, increases all Mortar Monkey's blast radius by 15 to 25%. Okay, so it kind of counteracts the Mortar's blast radius nerf, but that's only if you're using Striker Jones with it. Level 8, bomb shooters in range get plus 15% range instead of plus 5, and plus 40% pierce instead of plus 35. And then Biker Bones got pretty much the exact same changes, but it was all towers in range get plus 30% pierce instead of plus 25% pierce. Fair enough. Benjamin and DJ Jammin'. Benjamin's level 15 ability gives you 2,000 per round instead of 1,400, and level 17 ability gives you 4,000 per round instead of 2,500. 4,000 per round is actually kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie there. That is a lot of money. I don't know when you get level 17. I think it probably takes a long time to get it, but might have to test around with that. That's a lot of money. And then DJ Benjamin got similar changes to its price amounts, 3,000 and 1,500 per round. Pat Fusty, level 11 increases damage from to plus 2 instead of plus 1. Level 16, plus 5 bonus ceramic damage now applies to mob class balloons. Okay, so plus 5 mob class damage on level 16. Level 17, the attack rate is changing from 0.55 to 0.4, so it's attacking much faster at level 17. Alright, so some nice changes to Pat later in the game. And then Fusty the Snowman got the exact same changes at level 11, 16, and 17, but it also has a level 8 change where it now applies 3 times mob class damage buff after the 1 plus damage buff has been applied, rather than before. So that means if you have an ice tower doing 2 damage, it will do 9 damage now instead of doing 7 damage before. Okay, that makes sense. And then the last 2 heroes being changed, ladies and gentlemen. There's been a lot of changes here. We got Fate Weaver Adora being changed in base cost from $650 to $700. Now, this is an interesting change because pretty much every single hero in the game right now, the main hero and all the hero ults are all the same price. But this is the first change where Fate Weaver Adora is going to be $700 and normal Adora is going to be $650. So it's the first hero that has different prices. So I don't know. It's interesting that they're kind of breaking the standard with that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section on that one. And last but not least, we have ET in the level 3 Drone Swarm ability duration used to be 17 seconds plus 0.5 times the hero level, but now it's 15 seconds plus 0.5 times the hero level. So basically, it's 2 seconds shorter. And so a small nerf to Etienne. And that is it for the balance changes, guys. Well, overall, I think this is a good balance change update, or a good update overall. The new game mode sounds interesting. The new map I'm excited to play. The balance changes overall were pretty decent. I don't really like the Druid changes. I think Druid farms definitely needed a nerf. They kind of missed the mark with that one. But the fixing of the Whole Master's Elo system was great. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, as always. And yes, guys, we are back. I got my computer back, so I'm happy about that. More videos to come. That's it for today. I'm out. Peace out, guys. Have a good one.